Here we are, back at it again with another Ethereum market update. The day is Wednesday, the 24th of September. So we only have, this is the final week. We only have five or so more days. What is that? One, two, three, four more days in the month, and only two of them are actual weekdays. Tomorrow, because there's only 2 hours left in today, and it's looking like we kind of have like just a little doji day. There was a little dip or get trying to go for a retest, but that didn't happen. Anyways, yeah. So we went down and we kind of tried to retest this area. So we have some major support over here, and that's what the Bears are trying to break through currently. Um, and right, the target is this would be a head and shoulders pattern and would bring us down. That's how I've created some of these lines here that I have. A head and shoulders pattern that would take us all the way down to the range low, right, to retest this area. So basically, anywhere in this range would be game to like buy. Like honestly, this pink line would be a great place to buy, and where I'm gonna be buying is right in the middle here because it's like okay, well, like I'm not gonna be mad to get the middle of the of the of this possible range that we're gonna go through, which is these. I'm gonna get rid of that line. Um, but this is the range that I was talking about yesterday. So yeah, but what I think is important right now is the weekly frame as well as the monthly frame. And let me take the lines off to make it less chaotic. Um, and I really want to focus on the monthly frame here. So what I want to point out is that we're currently like bull flagging, right? We're currently on the rise through this, right? Now we've hit a resistance at the previous all-time highs, but we did break all-time highs, and it really to me only makes sense that maybe we trade up here for a month or two. Everyone's talking about this bull cycle maybe being extended because the Feds are cutting rates like later in the season, and different things like that. Um, but we will see. But we've had this incredible run right here, and I feel like it's likely that we'll end up breaking out of this pattern that we've been in, right? Basically, this pattern that we've been in for the past, right, 5 years or so, similar to what happened in the previous cycle. So basically, I'm saying, and what I think is happening right now is we're in this part, right? This stretch of the cycle, right? When it's just straight bull flags, and yeah, you'll have a month like this. Yeah, you'll have maybe a month right like this. We broke all time highs, and then we got pushed right back below, but then we pushed back up, and you know what I mean. So I'm kind of on the lookout for, um, like I'm thinking that yes, like this month may end up closing bearish, and we might even start the following month even being bearish as well. But in the long term, um, the sentiment is that we're still bullish and going to push towards like the target of like 9, 10, 12K, so that's where I'm at. In terms of trading, though, again, I've been harping about this 400, not the 400. I always say that the 4 hour 200 simple moving average. Um, it's a very respected indicator. So I'm hoping that it's going to come back up, retest this area, this line up here. So I have an order around 44.25 to take profit. My position's actually like at like 4,400 or so. So it'd be a slight take profit, and then we'll see what happens there. Maybe we'll break back above, maybe we'll go back down, but I think that it makes more sense to look at these larger time frames to, to really see what's going to happen, especially the monthly time frame is really what I'm looking for here. Um, so, I mean, it's real short. There's nothing that's like changed today versus yesterday. We're still trading and ranging in one area. And yeah, and that's kind of like the way that Ethereum, moves, right? You'll get a big move like this, and then we'll be here for a while. And then we'll get a big move, and then we'll be there for a while, right? um, like we had this big move up and touch these all-time highs, and then we stayed here for, right, I mean these are 4 hour candles, so this is like something like 3 days, and then we went up, okay, kind of a big move but not really, we're still in this range, and then finally a big move, and then kind of came up here, and then this is where we started to range. But and then if you remember, I think it was week, what is this, week one, no, it's week two. Yeah, week two. This is week two of September. Entirely choppy. Like only towards the end of the week did we really kind of come up. And regardless, we were in this range, like this range, which isn't that big, right? I think it's like 5% range. Yeah. Ranging here. We were in this for how long is that? 2 weeks? Yeah, 2 weeks. We were in this range for like 2 weeks, and then finally made like a move that, a big move, a big, you know, 10% move, which is what we're looking for. And then again, right, we have another big move just like this. And we're going to range and be, like right here. And you can kind of read a little bit of the sentiment um, by really zooming in on here. So it's like, okay, we've had the big move. There's a lot of volume. The volume's starting to slow down. So it looks like there's going to be a big move sometime soon, especially towards the end of this week. It's like, okay, are we going to close here? Or are we going to go for closing a lot lower? If we have a move like this, where like in 8 hours, like right in the span of a sleep, we move 8%, then yeah, we'll see, touching this orange line, maybe even the buy three, right? We could see this happen in just a couple of days, but we'll see. Um, but there's a lot of bullish, like this, everything about this is pretty bullish. First of all, this is a crazy wick, right? That, yeah, even though we got a lower low technically, it didn't get anywhere like closing at this level. It didn't even get close. It got pushed right back up, right? And then every time it's tried to get even close to these levels, it's got pushed up, right? We really tried to push here, push back up, right? So there's a very very strong resistance in this area at 400, 4065. So in my opinion, like I'm kind of more bullish. Like I can just imagine that this, see this pattern right here, is kind of like what we're doing right now. We're doing like the way that this is what's happening on the bigger frame, right? Coming up, coming down, coming up, coming down, right? Maybe it's easier to see on the daily. Okay, we're down, but now, okay, maybe we'll come back up, and oh, and then maybe we'll come, and we're just gonna trade in this range and just be in this range for a while before making like a real move, you know? So this is like, this I would say is like Ethereum right now, right? Just trading up and down. Um, and honestly, that's kind of like where you make a lot of money, actually. Yeah, I messed up a bit over here. I only took out an eighth of a position, and then it made it again. I only took out an eighth of my position. Um, but previously over here I took out a good amount. Over here I took out a good amount. So we win some, we lose some. Overall, I think I'm up like $100-ish. I can actually pull up my trades. Um, so right, this is down $400, but if you go to this has been open right for this like basically this whole thing, and so up $170 minus the 400, so up around 150 bucks. And that's like, if it comes back up, then like, then it's not going to be that. And if it goes down, we're gonna try to hold the position until it's in profit, or when I finally cut losses, it's not going to be, you know steep, but we'll see. We'll see. We're at the bottom of the range. It's a good time to buy. In my opinion, like I said, I think we're just ranging in this range, and I think it's honestly likely that we're just gonna end up staying in this range, right? We're gonna, oh, big scare, oh, it picks up, oh, we're gonna get excited, oh, okay, and then it comes back down, oh, like I don't think it's very likely that we're gonna make a super huge, um, like I don't think we should be looking for big candles like this 40% candle that we had, right? We just had this. So now it would make sense for this month. Oh, it's going to come down. Oh, okay, we're coming back up. Oh, okay, maybe we're coming back down. And then, maybe sometime in November is when we finally pop up, or, you know, who knows? But all I'm trying to say is that we do trade in these ranges for quite some time once we have big movements, right? Like this was the last one. We had a huge, right? This was, I think, again, like one of those 40%. Yeah. And then guess what? We ranged in this range, which is a big range, right? Mind you, I think it's like what, 20%? Yeah. 20%, 15%, went way down, went way up, but overall it's just kind of not really doing anything. And so that's what we were really trading. This is exactly happening again, right? This might come all the way down here. Maybe it'll come all the way back up here. Maybe like this is the range that we're working in, and this is the way that I trade, right? Like I want a position here. Okay, and then I want to double it up, double it down right here. And then if we go here, oh, I want to, quadruple it down, and then wait for it to come back up here, because I think we're really just going to be ranging. I don't think that there's going to be any sort of super big movement in either direction, more than likely, you know? So that's the Ethereum market update for today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you enjoy these updates, feel free to subscribe, and I'll give updates when there's movements. Usually, I like to give updates around some bigger movements, right? Like this, like these 10% moves, um, you know, 10% moves up and down. I like to make some updates and just you know give you guys the sauce. So, anyways, happy trading, everybody.